They built in symbolism, power, grandeur, but also the universal harmonic and paramagnetic power. They then ritualized the whole thing into great and magnificent stories, fables, and even developed religions accordingly, worldwide. According to scientists in the field of resonance, the fundamental frequency of the universe is F-sharp. The same scientists tell us that interaction with this fundamental frequency under resonance conditions would result in the exchange of energy and information. But more than this, tests appeared to indicate that subharmonic resonance with a frequency of 1.855 Hz, or the Schumann frequency, actually resulted in the extraction of energy and information from the universe. So, according to science, interaction under the influence of F-sharp actually allows the transference of energy not only between individuals, but also from the very universe itself. This is directly from the void, from what we believe to be the non-local intelligence centre. We have become balanced genetically with the resonance of the universe and should therefore be able to understand the information we are receiving, even if not at a conscious level, but certainly at the superconscious level. This superconscious level is where we find the Otherworld, which is the place of knowledge to all the ancients. This knowledge is from the very universe itself. It is the universal bank of knowledge that is growing and expanding all the time and in every possible conceivable dimension. Above the King's Chamber in the Great Pyramid is a layer of granite blocks brought hundreds of miles to this particular site. The majority of the pyramid is limestone, and this is important. Limestone is made up of calcium and magnesium carbonate. Calcium carbonate is an excellent receiver of electromagnetic waves. Strangely, it also becomes luminescent when rubbed, giving rise to the phrase limelight. The majority of granite is made up of quartz, which is piezoelectric and is an excellent converter of electromagnetic waves. It is formed via a serpentine spiraling motion and is known as a quantum converter, transmitting energy information at a magnified rate. Basically, by putting large granite blocks above the King's Chamber, I conjecture that the chamber was in fact a massive crystal receiver. It could also be conjectured that it would transmit information as well, given sufficient energy resources, such as making loud noises. There are yet more strange coincidences, however, that I found regarding quartz in the pyramid. Quartz grows in a particular geometric pattern, as do all crystals. In this instance, quartz grows in the form of a triangle or pyramid at an angle of 51.43 degrees, the same as the outer walls of the Great Pyramid. Could this too be a coincidence, or were the ancients matching the angles of this great communicating crystal? Man, it seems, discovered intuitively these wondrous and incredible natural mathematical phenomena and made them real and physical. Surely, I thought to myself, if there were going to be any physical construction that would aid the quantum communication that we in the modern age have neglected, then it would have to be a magnificent mathematical pattern. Following a trip to see memory champion Dominic O'Brien and his binaural beat machine, which balances out brainwave patterns to specific frequencies, he decided to test what he tentatively called the Holy Grail frequency, alternating frequencies of alpha and theta of 7.83 Hz that I recommended on various subjects. The resultant effects caused were exactly what I predicted, with feelings of a presence and all manner of spiritual experiences. One person said he was in another place with lucid scenes of flowers and cows. This amazing other place is the Otherworld. Others perceived it as a psychedelic light show or just slipped off to sleep. Either way, as Dominic said, early indications are that this is a great healing frequency. In the 1950s, a physicist by the name of Professor Schumann, then at the Technical University of Munich, wanted to give his students some exercises in the physics of electricity. Part of this involved some work on Ball condensers. Giving the students a hypothetical situation involving these Ball condensers and electricity, he told them to imagine that the ionosphere was one ball and the Earth itself another. He then told them to calculate the results. Schumann himself had no idea what the result would be, and so decided that he needed to do the calculations himself too. He came up with the answer of approximately 6 to 10 Hz. Amazingly, this rough calculation turned out to be the approximate resonance of the Earth itself, a perfectly natural resonance that mankind has lived with and evolved with for millions of years. The frequency fluctuates over time as energy discharges, such as lightning. But this has now also been proven to affect the human mind. This Schumann resonance, or resonant cavity on the Earth, produces rhythmic waves that entrain our own. Proof that we are part and parcel connected to this Schumann resonance comes from, of all places, NASA in the United States. NASA found that astronauts returning to Earth were reporting feelings of distress and disorientation. To counter this, it was hypothesized that by emitting artificial Schumann waves in the spacecraft that the problem may be averted. It worked. It seems therefore that man feels stress when distanced from his mother. We are in tune with the very earth upon which we live. What has shocked many is that this same frequency level is the very same as our Holy Grail frequency. It is the middle or centre ground between alpha and theta. At the time, Schumann had no idea of the profundity of his discovery, but reported the results regardless. Now the frequency is called the Schumann resonance in his honour. However, Schumann passed on the research to Herbert Koenig to carry on the work.